Hello and welcome to the 23rd Annual Garden State Film Festival. My name is Emily DeSimone, and today I have with me director, writer, and producer Jay Zellman of the short All Inclusive. Jay, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing today?
Hi, Emily. Thank you for having me. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, Jay, would you like to tell our viewers a bit about your film?
Oh boy. Okay. Well, All Inclusive is a short film, and it's a very short film. And it kind of, I guess it kind of tackles a little bit of a taboo subject these days, or I should say a controversial subject.
Mhm,
I can give you the overall premise without giving you a little too much,
mhm,
but it basically deals with, I guess, changes in social norms these
mhm.
days. And it's centered in a school. And I don't know if you're familiar, but I guess a year or two ago, there was this internet meme going around about a school district that had to put a kitty litter box in the school bathroom to accommodate a student that identified, I guess, as a furry. And upon some research on this, I found out that this was a totally fabricated story. It never
Mhm.
happened, but it was causing a lot of drama, and people were taking it seriously, and they thought that this was exactly true. So I kind of wanted to make a film that dealt with that and showed the absurdity of it, and it has a little bit of an ironic twist at the end.
Yes, I did watch it, and I remember watching it thinking like, "Why why is he doing that?" Well, he's I'm not gonna give it away, but I was like, "Why is he
Right.
doing that thing?" And then at the end, I was like, "That explains it. That makes so much sense." But I thought it was actually, like, quite funny and in such a concise, like, a short little, like, film. I thought it was, like, a really interesting, fun way of kind of, like, addressing a message. So I did enjoy it myself. I am excited for viewers to be able to watch it. So, with that said, what was this filming process like for you? I thought that the cinematography was fantastic, and being able to do so in a school as well.
Well, that's actually interesting. First of all, the cinematography was fantastic, and that was done by David Dessel. And David and I have been friends slash colleagues for many, 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 many years, and we always look for opportunities to work together. And for this film, I just knew he would be perfect, and he was definitely the right choice. As far as a school, I'm very glad that you felt that it was in a school because it was not shot in a school.
Okay.
Um, that was actually our biggest challenge was finding the right location that looked like a school. And I guess the biggest challenge was to have four bathroom stalls in a row.
Mhm.
And it's very hard to scout that. I found myself going into bathrooms all over the place, trying to find the right situation. And it was very difficult. And then one of my colleagues, Celeste, suggested that we try this theater in Brooklyn called Roulette Intermedium. We had actually shot a commercial for Sony there a year before. And luckily, I was able to go online and they had a virtual tour. And it actually even took you into the restrooms. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, "This is perfect." Because for that Sony commercial, the setting was a school as well.
Mhm.
So that's how we found it, and we dressed it up to look like a school.
Yeah, no, it looked. I believed it was a school, so that's a funny story. That's interesting that that's a virtual tour. That
Mm.
so with
Uh,
that said, where did you find your cast and your crew? I know you say that you have, this relationship with a cinematographer, but where did you find
David, yeah.
everyone involved? Yeah.
So, I like to work with people that I've worked with in the past, and if past success generally can predict future success. So David is somebody, like I said, I've known for a long time, and we've worked together. Also, my associate producer, Michael Schmidt, he and I have worked on projects for many, many years together. He actually has been involved in all of my short films. He's extremely talented, and he's always eager to help me, and I am extremely appreciative. The lead actor, Jerry Tupitzer, he was actually in my last short film, which was called Lake Life. And I knew that he would be perfect for this. And then I put a casting call out and I found Bruce Gluckman. He, he sent in his demo and it was absolutely perfect. And that's how I found my cast and crew. And it was a very small crew. And I think it says that in the credits, kind of. I don't know if you made it that far,
I
but
did.
the credits do indicate that it was a very small crew.
Well, I mean, I like what you said about previous successes typically foreshadow for future success. Is
It,
that what you
it could help predict future success. Yeah.
predict future successes? That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you said that, so like a big challenge for you or a challenge for you with this was finding a school.
Yeah.
How, like, what would you say was your favorite process with this film? And was that the most challenging process or most tedious process for you?
I always find my favorite process is the editing process
Okay.
because I feel like that's where it all comes together. That's where your vision comes to life. I tend to, well, I do. I write, I produce, direct, and I edit all my own work. And a lot of people, a lot of directors don't edit. And for me, I don't
Mhm.
understand how you can be a director and not edit,
Mhm.
because it's all my vision. And for me to give my vision to somebody else in the post production where it all comes together, it's a little hard for me to give that up. Um, so I enjoy that part of it because I find it, I equate it to taking a puzzle, throwing it on a table, mixing up the pieces, and then trying to figure out how it pieces together perfectly. And I mean, for those of you out there that edit, you know that you can spend a lot of time, very tedious, going frame by frame, making sure that everything's perfect. So for me, that's the fun part. And there's also a lot of well, how do I say it? AI a little bit and
Mhm.
VFX that we've used to change the situation in the restroom a little bit.
Yeah,
And
yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I could the glow of a certain thing definitely. AI is in everything that we touch, I feel like these days. So, does it make it
sure.
easier from an editing perspective, would you say?
Well, it makes it easier from a creative perspective.
Mhm.
You know, I, I needed I needed a song at the
Mhm.
end, and the song at the end was literally created by AI. Um, thank you. I
I
appreciate that you
listened to
find it
the
funny.
song during the credits and I was like, "This is hysterical." Sorry, keep
and,
going.
and and it's amazing how you put in a few prompts and it creates a song that's just
Yes.
spot on. And
Mhm.
it made that part of the process a lot easier for
Yes.
sure. um, but it helps with creativity because it'll, I don't know, you say, like I said, I don't want to give too much away,
Yeah.
but you ask for a certain thing and it'll just, it'll do it. It'll
Mhm.
mask things out, it'll put new things in, and that's that's how we did it.
I thought to myself, they must have written this credit song specifically for this short film. So I think it's actually very funny that you had AI come up with this song. That's great. That's
Yeah.
coming from someone who watched it. I really enjoyed it, and I am really excited for
Mhm.
everybody to get to watch it. With
Uh,
that being said, what is it that you want your audience to be able to take away from this short?
Sure. Well, the one thing that I learned, so when I first made this film, it had one intention. And then as people started to watch it, I started to realize, and the feedback I was getting from them is that people saw this a different way. Well, everybody saw it a different way. Um, and not necessarily the way I intended it. It's kind of like the what is it, the Rorschach effect, where you see like an ink blot and then you kind of interpret what you're looking at.
Mhm.
This film is kind of that because I intended it one way, but some people think it has a political message, which it really doesn't.
It really
Um,
doesn't.
but it could if you see it that way. Other people just see it as like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, my intention of it was just to kind of poke fun at like the whole stupidity of how people get upset about certain things. And our lead, he gets upset at one point for what he sees, and the reason why
Really?
he's upset is because it's not catered to him.
Uh-huh.
But once he finds something that's for
Mhm.
him, oh, that's good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the humor in it, is that people get upset about things when it's not for them, but when it is for them, it's great.
Watching it, I know there's the intro message of this is satire, and we don't want anybody to feel
Yes.
offended by this short. And in 3.5 minutes, I'm watching it and I was curious, but the end, it really did just make me laugh. So I
Oh,
do
good.
hope that everybody has the ability to, especially with that ending song, growing
Yeah.
up with like Clifford the Big Red Dog
Right.
on
Right.
TV, just like as a random throw in for that credit song. I just thought it was just
And
something that I think helped make my morning while I was
and he was wearing a red
preparing.
sweater also.
Yes, he did have a red sweater on.
Yes, he did.
So,
And so talking about the I guess the notice at the beginning, I
mhm,
struggled with that. I really did. Should you just jump right into the film, or should you put a little bit of a thing out there? And look, never want to offend anybody, and that's not
right.
not the intention. And like I said, people can take things in a different way. So I
Mhm,
just I felt that it was good to put that up there, but in another aspect of it, it kind of perks you up a little bit, right? You see this on
mhm.
the screen, you're saying to yourself, what am I about to get into here?
Yeah.
What am I about to watch?
Yeah.
I think it also helps to hold your attention a little bit. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's a bad thing to have that there. And it also, I think it enhances the experience just a little bit as well.
I agree. Like going into it, not knowing what I was ready for, seeing this is satire, no one get offended. I was like, I'm ready. I was ready for it. So, with that said, thank you so much for, getting in with the Garden State Film Festival and congratulations on being accepted. How did
Thank
you
you.
find us?
Well, I mean, how can I not find you? First of all, I live in New Jersey. Um, and you're a well-known film festival, so it was just logical to apply, and I am very grateful for being accepted. It's an honor. I can't wait to come down to see this live, and I can't wait to partake in the festival activities. And I truly do appreciate this opportunity.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. But, we still have a little bit of time left. So,
Okay,
with some of the time we have left, I mean, you have quite a bit of experience in this field. Do you have any advice for newcomers into what it is that we do here in the film world that you
yeah.
could have really benefited from when you got started?
Sure. Well, look, my career, what pays the bills is I own Corporate Video Concepts. It's a corporate video company, and I work with a lot of big brands on their marketing, communications, and learning. And I've been doing this for a very long time. But my heart has always been in film and television. And I think I would say around 2008, I decided that I'm sorry, 2018, I decided that if I don't do this now, when am I ever going to do it? I had the skills. I've been making videos. I wanted to now translate and make some of my stories. So I actually dug up one of my old scripts, which was a TV pilot. It was called Ranting and Raving. I got all my friends together to to help me and do it, and I was very lucky to have some people generously, contribute monetarily to it. And I went out and I made it, and it was like it just felt like a rebirth. It was amazing to finally do something that I've always wanted to do. And I'd say from there, it opened doors to other opportunities. And that's why we do this. We do this to get our message out there and to express ourselves. But you make a short film for the hopes that people are going to see it and they're going to it's going to open the doors to bigger projects. So I would say from that project, I was able to show filmmaker Evan Oppenheimer, who was somebody I've known for a while. I was able to show him my work. He had made 7 feature films
Mhm.
to that point, and when he saw it, I'm pretty sure it helped convince him to hire me to produce his 8th feature, which actually just premiered last month at another film festival in New York.
Mhm.
And we're looking for distribution, and we're thinking that it's going to be out this year. It's called Peas and Carrots. It's a family sci-fi musical kind of film starring Carolee Berger, Jordan Bridges, and Amy Carlson. And we're very excited for that. So I guess my advice is, you got to do it. If you don't do it, you know what the result's going to be. It's going to be nothing, right?
Mhm.
But if you do it, the chances are that doors can open to other opportunities. You meet new people. So, this now is my 4th short film, and I have a feature as a producer. It's not my film, but I'm very proud of the work that I put into it, and I'm just hoping for many more opportunities. And I have a few of my own screenplays that we're trying to make. So
Yeah, we'll see for maybe for next year. Well, Jay, thank you so much for joining me today. You guys, you can see the short All Inclusive at Asbury Lanes on Saturday, March 29th at 6:15 p.m. Jay, again, thank you so much for joining me today. It has been such a pleasure, and I
thank you.
hope to see you there at the festival.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.